Ice in Olmsted Township, and I'm here with Tony Dixon. Hi, Tony.
Hi.
Thanks for letting us come out today and film a segment.
No problem. Glad to have you.
So tell me about Olmsted Ice. How long have you been in business?
Well, Olmsted Ice was established back in 1979 by my father, Norm Dixon. He actually started the business in a residential neighborhood over on Elizabeth Lane, which is in Olmsted Township. And at that time, he had a couple of cold draft ice makers, which is kind of like ice makers that you would see in the back of a bar or a restaurant. And at that time, he was hand scooping ice into bags, using twist ties, tying them up, and he was actually delivering ice in the back of an El Camino to only just a few accounts. And several years later, that's when he moved to this location at 8134 Bronson Road, and he purchased a property here. And at that time, it was just an old barn type building, and the houses that were on the property. And in that time, basically, we've expanded from a couple cold draft ice makers all the way up to a 120-ton daily production facility.
Now I've heard there's something a little different about your ice.
Yeah, our ice is basically it's the ice with the hole in the middle.
Why?
Well, it's for some people it's not real exciting, but basically there's different ways of making ice. People at home make their ice by filling up the trays or whatever, or everyone else has their own little ice makers. But basically it's in their process, it's just dropped into some type of form, freezes, they crack it open, they put it in their glasses. When you're talking more of an industrial type ice makers, our ice is frozen in tubes, and you got these tubes. They fill up with water. They go through a freeze cycle, and then they go through a defrost cycle, and all these tubes of ice will fall into a cutter blade, and the cutter blade will swing around and cut it. So that's why it's in that shape when it's made, and the cutter blade, when it goes down, it cuts it into uniform size. So basically, Olmsted Ice, one benefit of the Olmsted Ice product, and a lot of bars and restaurants really like it, is because it's all uniform size.
So what kind of companies use your ice?
You rent bars, restaurants, convenience stores, grocery stores, like for instance Mark's. Mark's has our ice, Dave's Supermarkets, Heinen's. Basically anywhere where you see an ice chest sitting out in front of a store, that would be us. But we also handle ice sculptures. We also supply a lot of ice for special events. For instance, like Oktoberfest, the Irish Cultural Festival, rib burn-offs, Stromsville rib burn-off. We supply ice at the feast over on Murray Hill, and we probably do more special events than any other ice company in the city. Where we drop off equipment on site, fill it up, and then replenish as needed. When the event's over, we go back and pick up the ice chests.
Oh. Well, I want to thank you again.
Thank you
For letting us come out. It was nice to talk with you.
Nice to talk to you.
And again, your address?
Address is 8134 Bronson Road. We are available for any type of walk-up service, dry ice. Anyone wants to come in, buy ice sculptures or anything like that.